here. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Adyaye Namaha. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Also helps to support this channel. Okay, just a quick video because I feel that I should explain this since I'm always predicting the future. And a lot of the times these are not pleasant things because I just call it like it is. And I notice a lot of people get caught up in this and they get very scared or they get anxious, in fear, and that is never my intention to put you in fear. I see it very differently. That's probably because I have the knowledge of Maya. So I'm going to explain that to you. Everything that you see that is happening around you is Maya. It is the illusion of the physical world. The world is a projection of your mind. Your thoughts, who you are, is projected on the outside. What is within is projected on the outside. There is nothing actually in front of you. It is a projection. Now, that doesn't mean that it isn't a real manifestation. It is a manifestation. It is Mahamaya herself, which is God. But you are God. So everything is a projection of you. So whatever you feel on the inside, whatever your beliefs are, whatever your thoughts, your emotions, that will manifest itself as events, as people, as places, as things. And it looks very real. Even very high level spiritual people can get caught up in the Maya once in a while. But this also includes your birth chart. Your birth chart is a product of Maya itself. So it's important to understand this because people think the birth chart is solid. People think that the events are solid. Nothing is solid. The reason I'm able to predict these things is because when you're predicting for the world, or most people, 99.999% of people, they are not doing anything to change their birth chart. And they are becoming a victim of circumstance, of their own emotions, of their own karma. And then what is karma? Ends up being the psychological imprints that we have from this life, from our past lives, from our belief systems, everything that we've been taught and what we believe starts creating this. So if you were afraid of water, for example, in a past life, and you never got over that, in this life you're going to be afraid of water too. This is how things are passed down from generation to generation as well, which gives you your birth chart. Your birth chart is based on what's inside of you. The stars are not outside of you, they are inside of you. It just appears that way. The events that occur because of ignorance of this. When we attach ourselves to the physical world starts becoming more and more real. When we have emotion towards it, it becomes more and more solidified, and then we get wrapped up in the game. This is why spiritual practice, when you do spiritual practice, it bypasses the chart. How it does that is it starts detaching us from the physical reality, from all these false beliefs that we've had imprinted in us from this life and past lives. And it starts burning off that karma, burning off those subconscious thoughts that you have, that programming that you have, that you've been programmed through birth, being here, not just from your own doing, but from outside sources, from the government, from anything. But ultimately, it's you getting caught up. We can't blame anything outside of ourselves. So when you do the spiritual practice, what could have been, say, a car accident, for example, becomes like a scratch or nothing at all. This is why when a person is illuminated or goes into samadhi and achieves enlightenment, the stars no longer affect them. They're beyond time. They're beyond the stars. They're beyond karma. Now, there's always going to be karma of the body. That's a whole different thing. But the subconscious that was running them before is no longer running them. Now they're aware. Now they're awake. They're not in a slumber. They're not just letting the events happen to them. They are creating their own reality. So I want you to remember that these events don't have to play out. And what you can do about it is the spiritual practice. And I can't tell you what spiritual practice to do. There's infinite spiritual practice, there's yoga, there's meditation, there's mantra, there's tantra, all of this. It's up to you what you gravitate towards, and I don't teach any of those, so do not ask me. But I'm just giving you the information that if you do this, you will change your chart. Your chart is not solid. Even things that you think are solid. Say your chart says you're not going to get married. Well, you can do rituals so that you can get married. Say your chart says that you're going to be poor. Well, you can do rituals and get rid of that, and then you can attract money. So there are certain rituals, there's certain remedies that people can do in order to rectify certain specific things in their chart. Or the best thing to do is to do daily spiritual practice to start awakening yourself, and you'll realize that you are the sole enemy. You are the sole challenge or problem in your life is you. It is the way you were thinking or the subconscious programming. That's it. That you are never a victim to circumstance. You're the one who created the circumstance. Everything is you. And the more you awaken to that, the more you'll realize that things like fear, anxiety, worry, all of these things are illusions of Maya. They are not real. This also comes into play thought forms. When you're around people who give you certain thoughts, who are very negative all the time, these thought forms can attach themselves to you and start feeding off of you and start making you gravitate towards other things that are just like that. That happens with addictions, with sex, with many different things. But when we cleanse ourselves of this and we do the spiritual practice, these things can't attach to us anymore. And now we're free. So you're very, very powerful. You're so powerful that you can create your own demise. So it is not the planet's fault what's happening to you. It is a result of your karma. And that's not to look down on you or be hard on you or anything like that. That's for you to realize your own power. Because once you realize you're the one doing it, guess what? You're the one who can change it. You're the one who can evolve past this. Evolution is through spirituality. It's awakening the dormant parts of your brain. So now you realize who you truly are and you start having access to your true power. So when transits come, they do not have to happen. There's no solid saying that you have to be this way or this has to happen. No. But if you don't do anything about it, then it will happen. But it's not to say that nothing will ever happen to you. Now, things can happen, but things get bad when you have a reaction towards them, when you attach to them. So say an involved person, someone has a car crash. That involved person is, what is the message in here? What can I be grateful about this? And it's not going to affect them because they know that their happiness doesn't lie in any external circumstances. It doesn't matter. It's just a possession, and a possession is a part of Maya as well. It's just the illusion of the world. And it just had to happen that way, and that's fine, and they let it go. But someone who's not evolved that way will forever be a victim of that, or talk about it 10 years later of how they had a car crash and how horrible it was. And they solidify the illusion of this Maya. They get caught up in it, and that's what causes the suffering. The attachment to it causes the suffering, as Buddha says. So that's just a little bit about karma and Maya to help you get through these. And if you can't watch things that are a little bit negative, for example, because once someone realizes this, nothing affects them and they can dance in the play of Maya. So this is why I can write things like, this is going to happen, there'll be a war, there'll be this, there'll be that. It's not fear-mongering because I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. And for the most part, it happens. I'm not 100%, no way. And even if I am right, it's not me being right, it's Ma Kali, Jai Ma. But remember that to me, this is Maya. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me one bit. Even if it happens to me, it doesn't affect me one bit. When I see transits coming that are potentially very harmful to me, I'm excited about it because I know I'm going to learn a lesson regardless. It doesn't trigger fear in me, but if it triggers fear in you, I suggest that you go do the spiritual practice. Don't watch this. This is not going to help you. If it triggers fear in you, then there's internal work that needs to be done. If you can't look at it as objectively, then it's not right for you to watch because there are a lot of people who want to know what's going to happen. But then eventually you will get to the point that it doesn't matter what the astrology says at all. It doesn't matter. Just live your life. for the most part, it's for people who want to learn astrology and want to see how these things can be predicted. And a lot of us just get really excited about it. Like, even when we see transits that are kind of negative, we get kind of excited, like, I wonder what this is going to happen. I can't wait to see what will happen based on this. It's a learning experience. So that's what these videos are for. But if it triggers you, it's not the right path. And do the spiritual work and you'll see your life change. That's just a little bit about that. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.